Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Consuelo Garcia, and I'm the one in charge of giving you this introduction to Scopus and topic search. And first of all, I would like to confirm that everybody can hear me. Can you please type it in the chat? Yeah, okay, great. So, perfect. I was saying that this seminar, it's one of the seminars that FECIT just proposed to give all the users in Spain, and that it's going to take us maybe 1 hour and a half, maybe a little less. This will give us some time at the end in order to answer questions if you have. In any case, you have this address, this email, recursoscientificos@fecit.es, where you can just send your questions or comments on the use of the database. And FECIT will give you a certificate of attendance in the following weeks. I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks, and you will have the certificate. You will get the certificate in the mail from where you register for this session. I have to say that at the end of the session, we have a poll where you can just ask 3 or 4 questions. It's totally anonymous. I mean, and you can just answer or not. It has nothing to do with getting the certificate or not. So saying that I'm going to show you what we are going to, I mean, the slides are in Spanish, but there are only 3 slides. And we are going to perform searches on Scopus. So it's not necessary, just to show you the agenda for the day. How we access to Scopus, and I'm going to show you a video that FECIT FECIT did some years ago, but it works, and it shows, it tells basically the main functions of Scopus, and we have access to that product because of them. We are going to see what's the difference between having or not having an account in Scopus, in the same way that you have an account in Amazon or in another services. How we perform a search, a subject search, and then once we have the results, what we can do with them. Just save the strategy or set alerts, how we can limit our results, and we're going to see also a little bit of one of the parts of Scopus, which is the advanced search. We're going to see also how we can export documents and bibliographies. So saying that, I'm going to try to show you the video, FECIT video. Oops. Just a moment. I need to change the subjects. Okay, now.
Fundación Española para la Ciencia y la Tecnología pone a disposición de investigadores españoles de las instituciones de I+D+I el acceso a Scopus. Scopus es una base de datos de referencias bibliográficas que contiene más de 19.000 revistas de más de 5.000 editores internacionales, con referencias citadas desde 1996. Además, incluye patentes, websites integradas y datos de producción científica de revistas de todas las disciplinas científicas, y en especial de salud, ciencias físicas, ciencias de la vida y ciencias sociales, dentro de la misma herramienta, permitiendo la localización de la información de forma ágil. Gestionada desde 2011 por FECIT, Scopus ofrece a los investigadores bibliografía de investigación que se publica sobre sus áreas de interés, el impacto que tienen sus artículos y alertas personalizadas. Si es un gestor de biblioteca universitaria o de un centro de investigación, gracias a Scopus podrá evaluar la importancia de las revistas científicas que tiene en sus depósitos, saber qué debe suscribir y qué debe dejar de suscribir en función del impacto de la revista, de conocer las áreas más importantes en el mundo de la investigación. Destaca también la presencia de dos métricas de impacto: Simago Journal Rank, SJR, Source Normalized Impact Per Paper, SNIP, y Site Score Metrics, introducida en el 2016. Asimismo, Scopus encuentra automáticamente perfiles de instituciones y autores en función del grado de coincidencia de la información y ofrece la posibilidad de modificarlos online. Scopus tiene especial cobertura en ciencias sociales y humanidades, así como mayor presencia de artículos europeos, con un 56% del total de artículos indexados dentro de Scopus. Integra el 100% de los registros de Medline. Integra la búsqueda de registros con Science Direct en la misma plataforma si el centro la tiene suscrita. CECID aporta una interlocución única con el SEBIER, que facilita el acceso a un recurso vital para los investigadores. Le aporta una completa formación presencial y online adecuada a las necesidades del centro y del investigador con material didáctico necesario para los cursos, con el fin de incrementar el uso y potenciar el conocimiento de la herramienta. Además, ofrece una página web con toda la información disponible del proyecto en www.recursoscientíficos.cecid.es y un servicio de atención al usuario e institución a través de la cuenta recursoscientíficos@cecid.es. No solo para la resolución de incidencias, sino también para canalizar las consultas con el proveedor, ejerciendo de interlocutor único con las instituciones. Durante 2015, el SEBIER, junto con CECID, desarrolló una nueva funcionalidad que permite a los investigadores españoles poder exportar en formato CVN el resultado de las búsquedas realizadas en Scopus, incorporando las citas y el impacto del artículo dentro del currículo. De forma sencilla, desde su perfil de autor, el investigador podrá exportar en formato CVN los artículos asignados en dicho perfil, generando un currículo normalizado con esta información, que posteriormente podrá importar a su CVN. Scopus va dirigido a investigadores de universidades, de SIC, centros tecnológicos, parques científicos, servicios de investigación agraria, organismos públicos de investigación y administraciones públicas relacionados con el I+D+I. En total, más de 85 instituciones han suscrito ya el servicio y cuenta con el acceso a más de 231 centros. La institución interesada deberá firmar un acuerdo de colaboración con CECID para establecer las condiciones y responsabilidades de uso. Para solucionar cualquier duda o consulta, CECID pone a disposición de los usuarios la cuenta de correo recursoscientíficos@cecid.es. Está comprometida con la sociedad, poniendo a disposición de los centros e investigadores principales bases de datos de referencias bibliográficas, mediante la gestión de licencias nacionales en condiciones muy ventajosas. Scopus es la forma más fácil y sencilla para tener un acceso rápido a los artículos científicos más importantes a nivel mundial.
Okay. Here the video, and now I'm going to come back to my presentation. Just okay. Can you hear me? Just sometimes when I just change screens. Can you type it in the chat? Yes. Okay. Yes. Great. So I was saying that this is the agenda for the day, and I just would like to point out some the fact that Scopus is not a full text database; it's a bibliographic database. That means that it has not the full text of the articles indexed in it, But if our institution has access because has subscriptions to the journals, then we will be able to get right away the full text of the articles. Another option to have full text is because Scopus is indexing a lot of open access documents, and then if we end up with some results with open access, then we'll have access to those documents and we'll be able to see them on the screen. So as mentioned in the video, Scopus has publications for more than 5,000 publishers, and this is interesting because everybody believes that Scopus is almost like a synonym of Elsevier, and the content of Elsevier in Scopus it's around 11%. That means that there are many other things coming from another publishers that are indexed as well in Scopus. The data, it's that those amount of documents are 4.5 terabytes of data, and this data allows Scopus to be able to create these profiles for institutions and for authors that we'll try to just see a little bit during this morning, because we're going to focus on topic search, but I try to show you the profiles. So it means that it's a big database. So now I think that I'm going to show you this. It's the breakdown of the content of Scopus by document type, books, conference, and journals. As you can see, Scopus, and it was mentioned in the video too, it covers a lot of social sciences, and that's why there are such amount of books indexed in Scopus, and we can search also for book chapters of books like you see here. And there are a lot of documents, as you can see, in open access. So now I'm going to show you in Scopus. Let's go to the main screen. Okay, this is the main screen of Scopus, and as I say, it's so important that you create an account here. You can see that's mine. Oh, sorry, I have another session open here with my personal name. Oops, no. Okay, anyway, you can see here once you are registered, your initials will be there, and if you create an account, you'll be able to create list, set alerts, save the search strategy. If you don't have a personal account here, you won't be able to do this. Of course, you'll be able to search the database to see the results, explore results, because you have access granted by FECIT, but you won't be able to do some other things like these three so important: list, alerts, and strategies. So it's important for you to create an account. It's easy and fast. And because Scopus is a product from Elsevier, if you have accounts in another products of Elsevier like Seibel, Mendeley, then you can use the same credentials in all the products. So it's easy, and I recommend you to do that. Okay, let's see what we can see on the screen. The main screen is this search, and we have 4 options: documents, that's what we are going to do now, authors, affiliation, and advanced. We're going to take a quick look of all these options after this. So let's see. I just perform a search with atopic dermatitis, or atopic dermatitis means that if I put the terms inside commas, then will mean that it's going to search for exactly those two words in the same order, like a phrase, like a sentence. And we can use or, which means that this first term and the atopic dermatitis on the second term are synonyms. It's going to search for both of them. We can search in another fields. We can search only in the title. So let's going to try this. We can search in the title, or we have many other fields where we can search. But because we are just doing a search, a topic search, we are going to search for keywords, so abstracts and things like that. Let's perform that search. Okay, now we have 71,000 documents. If I'm going to my search, I can see here my search history, and I can save those results, or I can save only this statement. We're going to see it later. Let's go to the, no, let's try here. We can add some other fields here, and then we can combine my first statement with another one, or Scopus give me the different options to how we are going to perform that search. In this case, it's and, which means it's going to be not a union, but the intersection of these terms and the one that I'm going to type right there. I'm going to type cyclosporina, which is some a drug used for this kind of disease and asthma and transplantations and things. But I'm going to type cyclosporin here, but I'm not sure if cyclosporin it's if this is the correct spelling for that word, because I'm not sure. I'm going to type question mark. Question mark means that here there is one letter missing, and I don't know in this case is this Y or K. So of course I can type, if I rather, I can type cyclosporin or cyclosporin. But in my case, because I mean, I'm not sure, I can write the two words, but because I know that I can use this truncation, I'm going to type it like this, and I'm going to search. Of course, Scopus right away, it gives me different changes to limit my search. I can just change and select year of publication. I can select documents added in the last 7 days, 14 days, or last month, the present month. Scopus is updated daily, so it means that maybe if I perform a search in these days, if I just type coronavirus, will retrieve a lot of documents. So maybe I just interested in the last week of documents indexed with and related with coronavirus. Document type. Scopus indexes not only articles, but as you can see, reviews, chapters, conference papers, so editorial letters, short surveys. So I can limit my search with one of those two. And also access type, documents open access, or all documents indexed in the database. I'm going to leave it this way, and I'm going to perform my search again. Okay, as you can see, I limited my search. Now I have only 500 documents, and now that maybe I decided this search it's relevant to my research, I'm going to show you, explain what are the options that we have from the results display page. So I have the documents, the main screen. I can just do it this way, and then I will have more vision of the total document. Or I can just limit, of course, limit or exclude a lot of things. One of them is source title, year of publication, author name, publication stage. That's interesting because articles in press are indexed to in Scopus. Affiliation, subject area, source type, keyword, funding sponsor. That's so interesting to know and to be able to search for funding sponsor. Maybe I'm interested in only these 4 or 5 labs, or maybe in these institutions. Article type, language, country. So I can limit my results for many fields, but because my set of documents is 500, I'm going to leave it this way. Let's see how much we can do from here. We have the documents and we have secondary documents. Secondary documents are documents, as mentioned in the screen. It means that these documents are in the list of references from one of my 506 documents, but they are not indexed in the database. They are not part of Scopus, but I have the reference. Maybe it's not indexed because maybe in this case the proceedings of the annual meeting of blah, 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 it's not indexed in Scopus, or maybe because the reference has some author missing, or maybe it's impossible to, it has no year, it depends. But there are documents that are referenced in the list of bibliography from my documents, from my previous, from this search. So, and if there are any patterns, I will have patterns here. These are patterns that respond to these 2 terms over there. But as you probably know, the bibliographic record of a pattern is so different from the ones we are used to, like article, its title, its author, its journal. So you need to be a little bit cautious with this search with patterns. But anyway, you have a lot of patterns here, and maybe some of them are interesting for your search. Let's come back to my list of results. Once I have my results here, I can click on Analyze Search Results. Okay. Now, what I see is a breakdown of this set of documents by author, by affiliation, which is the affiliation who publish more on the use of this drug in atopic dermatitis. I can just go and see which journal is publishing most papers, and Journal of European Academy. Of course, I can click and search for this 26, like in a results list, a display result list. And I can see the graph by year, by document type, subject area. Okay, so it's medicine, it's in another area, immunology, veterinary, toxicology, etc. So once I have all these graphs and all these things, what I can do, let's say I'm going to, okay, this is okay. What I can do is just export this data, this information. And I have here the graph, the numbers. Okay, this is my subject terms, and then subject area. Because I'm using Mac, it's open in numbers, but of course this type of file you can open it with Excel. Let's see what else we can do here. We are going to come back to our results. Okay, with this set of documents, what we can do is just click on some of them. And maybe we can say, in my case, save to Mendeley, because when I'm registered from my personal account, I can set that I would like to see Mendeley in the display results page. But you can export, if you are not using Mendeley, you can export in RIS format and then export that file into your software. Mendeley, I'm going to export these two documents to Mendeley. And then it says, okay, you can just see this in your Mendeley. Okay, these are the ones that I just exported right now. It's, you can see the time. So it's easy, and it's so easy. Let's see how, what we can do more. We can download the documents, and if my institution has access to these documents, to these journals, I will be able to see the documents. Or maybe I can just click on open access and just download the documents. Let's limit documents to open access. And then maybe I will be able to just download one of them. It's taken a long time. Oops. Let's try another one. Let's see if I can just download one of theirs. Okay, and then here we have the document. So easy too. Sometimes we need to check, but okay. We can see the citation overview. We can select the most cited documents and then just check who are citing those documents. And we can see the breakdown year, a number of citation of each of the articles that I've selected. And that's interesting too. And again, I can export this data and then work later on those results. Let's go back. What else we can do? We can just view all the sites, the sites, that the reference that it's on the times that it's cited by. And here it says that those 4 documents has been cited in total 420 times. And here it says just all these references in one display. So maybe it could be interesting for some of you. And we can also save these documents to a list. We won't be able to do it unless we have an account, a personal account. Let's see. I'm going to create a new list. These are my list. I will be able to add those articles to one existing list, but in this case, I'm going to create a new list. let's see, it's 4 documents has been added to my list. Here are my list, here, the new list. Okay, I'm going to come back, and this means that if I go there, I will see only these 4 documents, and it's not going to be updated. It's just a static thing. I can add and put some documents in here for a future review, but it's not going to happen anything. It's going to be here until I decided to delete or to add more documents to that list. I'm going again to my search. I was here or there, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's go here and see what else we can do. So we're just saying, we just see all these options, and from here I can view the references of this article or create a bibliography, which is more or less, let's see, if for any reason I don't have or I'm not using software for my references, what I can do, just go here and say create a bibliography. I can choose different formats. There are no more, but from here I can just, I'm going to say Vancouver and create a bibliography, which I can email, save, or print. We just watch the bibliography here, see the bibliography on the screen, and then just copy and paste it into a document, or maybe probably what I rather save as PDF. So we can just in case that you are not using or you have no access to your software for references, then you can just say to Scopus that create a bibliography for you. And the same, it means print, send, or PDF, the same. The documents are usually, let's see, the documents, you can just change the order. It's sort by cited by highest, lowest, author, the new ones, or in this case, I'm going to leave it this way. So let's see how it looks like a document. Well, so that's the document. And what I'm going to see here, it's the authors. I can just create a list of all these authors, or maybe I can just click one author and create a list for that author in the same way I did it for documents related with atopic dermatitis. Anticosprin. We have the abstract, we have SciVal topic prominence, which are topics providing from SciVal. SciVal is another product of Elsevier, and SciVal, it's a database that using advanced data analysis generates profiles and benchmark of the institutions and how well is the institution perform in some areas of research. It's a very, very, very big and expensive product, and it has a very nice graphics and visualization. So, but in the database, there are these SciVal topic prominence, which are relevant topics now. It's an analysis of the 4 years, and it can just, let's see, publications from 1996, and these topics are created like clusters, and it's always 3 concepts, in this case atopic dermatitis, emollients, and pimecrolimus. So, and it means that it's in it's a document that it's in the 6%. It says here percentile 94. So, and it takes into account the citation count, the Scopus views, and average site score. Site score, it's like metrics for journals. It's similar to the impact factor, but it takes 4 years to analyze the cited documents instead of 2 that takes into account the journal citation reports impact factor. So based on that, this document it's performing well. It's indexed and it has a civil topic prominence. There are a lot of documents that items in Scopus that they do not have civil topic prominence, because it means that it's an area of interest. And maybe in this case, atopic dermatitis, it says here relevance of key phrases and declining or green. It means it's growing. It's a subject. It's a topic that it's growing right now. But this document can be here and have civil topic prominence, but maybe next week or in a month there are another document that can be more relevant then, because there are like 5 documents important for this area. Maybe this it's going to drop, and then maybe a new one could be there. So anyway, these are analysis on a Scopus, but the source is civil, and if we go to analyze in a civil, we do not have access to civil, so we cannot just go there and analyze those articles. Let's see what else. We have the author keywords. Scopus doesn't have a thesaurus for the documents, and because it's so multidisciplinary, it would be impossible to have general thesaurus for everything. Instead of that, it provides the keywords coming from the author and publisher, and also it has the keywords. It depends on the subject of the article. In this case, it's medicine, so we have the keywords from the M-based database, which the keywords, the name is M-trees, and then we have the medical subject headings from Medline database. Medline database. Medline is totally integrated in Scopus. We have also chemicals and cash register numbers in case there are some chemical associated with the article. We have funding details, who is sponsoring this article. So we have a lot of information, and of course we have the references of the article. And again, we can just click one of them, and then the same options that we see in the first screen of the display results. There are many other information, the citations that this article has in Scopus. Find weighted citation impact. Again, it's another metric that takes into account the discipline and how well is performing this article compared with other articles that from the same year, the same subject, and same type of document, in this case, article. So if the number is more than 1, it means that it's being cited 24% more times than expected. So that's the field weighted citation impact. More than 1 means more cited than expected, and it's a percentage. It's 24% more times than expected. And then we have these metrics for the article, which is nice because we can see the file weighted citation impact, and we can see analytics for the article. Plum Analytics was put by Elsevier a couple of years ago. So that's why it's so easy to have these metrics embedded in Scopus. You can see how many times it's been cited in Scopus, in PubMed Central, and how many readers have this article in their libraries, and social media, Twitter, how many tweets. So, and this is, as I mentioned, because it's come from Plan X metrics, because now it's another product of Elsevier. Let's go back to the document and let's go to search, perform another search. Can you hear me? Can you just say if you can hear me? Yes, crystal clear. Okay, perfect. Okay, I can decide that this search strategy, here are my search history. I can decide that this search history, atopic dermatitis, anthiclosporin, and open access, I have these 125 documents, and I can set an alert, which is this one. I cannot look. If I set an alert, what I'm going to say to Scopus is, please send me an email anytime you index an article following these criteria: open access, cyclosporin, and atopic dermatitis. So you can say, okay, every week, every month, send me an, I cannot go further. Let's see. Again, I'm going to say, send me this every week, no, every month. And then it's going to create an alert for me. If I go to my alerts page, I can see that I have this search, and I'm going to get an email every 9th, in December 9th, if they found, if Scopus finds documents that follow open access and cyclosporin and atopic dermatitis. So you can know your alerts here or from the page, right? Same, you can go to your list from there and from here. Okay, and now let's see. I'm going back, because with this search, what I can do is just search the search strategy. I mean, I don't want to be informed every month, every week, but maybe I would like to just keep it safe here in Scopus, and then when I have a need to update my information, I will rerun the search. So that means save the search, save this search. I'm going to leave it this way. Then I'm going to save it. And if I go to my searches, oh, I'm going from there, I will see that Scopus just is keeping safe my search, or I can just delete my searches here. Okay. I'm coming back. Okay, let's try to do another search. If I'm going to search for Higgs, and boson, Higgs boson, okay. I'm going to, as I mentioned, if I just click between the commas, it means that just search for these terms together, and maybe here. Cyclosporin, sorry, I just forget to delete this. Okay, now. Okay, a lot of documents, 13,000 documents with Higgs boson. And again, there are many fields to limit or to exclude from my search. I can just say I'm interested only in tellurium compounds, or maybe funding sponsor. I mean, there are, or document type. As you can see, there are a lot of document types, as I mentioned before. Language. So anyway, there are a lot of them. Let's see this one. It's a review, and I just wanted to show you that we are talking about physics, high energy physics, and then if we see the additional authors, we will see that the Scopus just indexed all authors, not only the first or the 10, but all of them. And then we can go there and see what this author is about, what is working. We'll see it right away. What we can also see, I'm going to back to my resource page. I'm going to limit my search. It's not a good search, and maybe because I'm just typed it before, I know that I can search like this, and I'm going to explain what it means. The W, it means within, and this means it's going to search for Higgs boson within 3 words separate from Large Hadron Collider. Okay, so it means that it can be searched first Higgs boson and the second LHC, or vice versa. In either order will be fine. If I'm going to put it like prayer, it means that Higgs boson will proceed, will be until 3 words separate from the second term. And within, it means in any direction, any order. First Higgs boson, and then the Hadron Collider, or in any way, in any direction. Sorry. Let's search now. So my search is much better now with only 800 documents. And again, the same as we are seeing the screen. And as you can see here, it says view Mendeley data. Mendeley data, Mendeley, it's another product from Elsevier, and Mendeley data, it's a recollector, it's a repository, it's a data repository, but also will give us another data coming from another, as you can see, from Zenoda, which is the repository from the UA, Apollo, Cambridge, Massachusetts, data, CERN, Cardiff Institute for Technology. So we are going to see that it gives us a lot of information, data sets coming from another repositories and not only Mendeley itself. So, and it's interesting to know. So it says this is the Princeton, are coming from everywhere. We can say only data sets, so maybe we are only interested in just spatial data, but we are just going out from Scopus. It's a link, and we just leave Scopus, and we are then in this repository. Okay. Let's go to our resource page. What else we can do? Again, we can analyze the results and see who is the institution who is publishing in this area. Okay, or which year was the most productive in this area. And again, we can just export the results, the graph from there. Let's go back to results. And now what we're going to see it's an advanced search. If I'm going to advanced search, because while I was there, it types me what I was looking for. I'm going to just remove this. And I'm going to add another field here. Here I have the operators, the Boolean ones, and it's going to do, you say, include all terms, or which are going to use for synonyms and similar words, and not to exclude some of the words. Pre, which means proximity, it means the first term should be until n words from another one, and within in any order. So I'm going to add an and field, and I'm going to search for funding, because I do not know the number, and it's a difficult sometimes to find for grants, projects, numbers, funding sponsors, and so on. I'm going to just look for this. It's like more general. And I'm going to search for European Research Council. European Research Council, and I'm going to type it like this because I just want it in this, like a sentence, or because it's synonyms, European Research Council, like this. And I'm going to search. Okay, the European Research Council has funded this number of documents, 369 documents. Then from here, I can just limit again, or maybe I'm interested to know, okay, the European Research Council and, I don't know, Instituto Nacional de Física Nuclear, and I can limit my results here. Oops, limit. And now maybe I can decide that this search strategy is the one that I'm interested in. That's exactly what I want. What research is funded by Instituto Nacional de la Física Nuclear and European Research Council all together, and in this area. So maybe then I can say, okay, save that search strategy, and I will run my search when I need it. Or maybe I can just say, no, I want to set an alert with this. Or maybe I can say, this document is so interesting for me, and I'm going to add this document. Look, wow, it's been cited almost 6,000 times in 8 years. Or maybe I can add some of those documents to a previous list. So again, this is high energy physics, and as you can see, oops, if I view the authors, there are a lot of them. I don't know how it's, maybe it's a review, I don't know, but as you can see, it's high energy physics has a lot of co-authors, and the same for the affiliations. Okay, let's see now. Okay, this is a very good and very interesting document, as you can say. You can see it's more than one. It's performing well, more than expected. In this case, it's performing very, very well. It's in the 1% because it says 99% if, so it's it's in the 1% of the most cited documents. And again, the same. Related documents, we can just search for related documents according to the references and subject documents similar to this one, or research data, again just going for data sets on this subject. But I'm not going to do this. I'm going to show you more or less an author. As you can see from that main page, it says search, document search, author search. Oops, I'm not going to work like this. Okay, let's go here. Okay, I have two sessions open, so as I was saying, you can go for authors, affiliation, and advanced. We see documents, we see a little bit advanced, but I just would like to point out that you can just search for subject areas. They are big areas. I mean, they are not keywords, they are big areas. So if you would like to limit your search by keyword, maybe you can do it from that display results list, or just going to keywords here and just try to find the index term keyword. Usually one of these. And from here, you can just also look for document type. Document type. Maybe you are interested only in reviews. In my case, sorry, I just forgot to put on document type. And here it's a display all the chances that you have, the possibilities that you can type. In my case, I'm going to see if there are some reviews. I'm going to type CR review, search. And then it says only 22 documents. So maybe that's a good search strategy for my research interest. Okay, let's go and see what happens with I'm sorry. Author. I can look for an author. I'm going to try this. From here, I see all the authors. As you see, the display is similar to the one from the documents. And you can see how many documents this author has in Scopus, which is the age index, the indicator, the affiliation, city, country. Let's see if this document is the one that I'm interested, the one that I was looking for. This is what Scopus says, a profile, the profile for authors, as mentioned in the slide and in the video. So this is the information about the author. It's a little bio, professional bio, where he has been working all these years, areas of interest, research areas, the Scopus ID, the identification for that author in the database, ORCID, and Mendeley. If he has a profile in Mendeley, I would like to just send the publications to Mendeley. Mendeley, it's a reference software, reference software for bibliographies, but it's also like a social network where you can just post your articles, comment and things. So it's more than only bibliographic software. And then metrics, documents. Again, this document has Scival topics, 3 concepts in Scopus. Sites, documents cited, co-authors and topics. So this author, has documents that in Scival are being indexed by these terms, by this cluster of documents. So maybe that author is good in star formation, molecular crowds, and H2 region. And we have these 38 documents. So, and here, as you can see, it's different screen. It's a little bit different from the one that we see the results in Scopus, but you can go to the documents in questions. So here it is. Okay. If I just want to show you another document, I'm going to just search for, let's see, this one, 3D printing and bone. If I type the asterisk, it means that it's going to look for printing, prints. I mean, it's going to search as many characters after print. The same with bones. I was looking before with a question mark. Can't remember where, but I was looking for a question mark here because it was thickrosporin. It means only one letter, and here it means more than one. Let's search. Okay, I have this search 3D print and bone, but maybe I can edit this this search, and maybe I would like to add another field. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put here bone or artificial organ, not only for bones, but for other organs in the body. And maybe I'm interested also in 3D bioprinting. And maybe I can also add another one because I need to know how to use and what's the technique to use 3D printing, 3D printed bones or organs, and it's with the transplantation. And then I can search. Okay, I have only 250 documents. Scopus is going to remark here again. This document is where his well-weighted citation impact means that it's a relevant document in the area. And what I would like to show you in this example is that, as I mentioned, Scopus does not have a thesaurus because it's so big and it's so multidisciplinary. But in the case that the article comes from a medical database, it has the embase and mesh terms, medical index terms. In this case, it has also engineering, because maybe it has something to do with engineering. And if maybe that document is indexed in Scopus, in Compendex or InSpec, documents coming from Engineering Village, which is another product from Elsevier. So it depends on the document. You will have more or less index keywords and different index keywords. Okay. And again, this document, it's in the 1%. So it's a very good document, one of the most important in the transplantation of bones things. So from my side, I'm almost ready with the introduction to Scopus and topic search. So what I'm going to see to do now is just, can you hear me right? What I'm going to say is just show you some questions that we have prepared for the session, and then I'm going to look at the chat to see if I can answer some questions if you have. So the questions are anonymous, and if you can answer, great. Okay, these are the results. Yes, 69% say that it's or, and that's the right answer. Or it's used for synonyms or so, similar concepts. So yeah, that was the right answer. I'm going to answer the second one. Okay, I'm going to show the results. Set an error. Great. That's the right answer. Create list means that we are going to save some documents on Scopus for a future review, but it's a static thing. It's nothing. It's going to happen unless we decided to add documents or to remove, delete the list. Let's see this other question. Okay. Yes, I show you from the display results page. You can just click on the dots and then say create a bibliography. And the last one. Okay. And then, yes, the right answer was from the options provided by the advanced search. Of course, if you, maybe you can filter the results from the display results screen on the left. In the case that that chemical name is indexed as a keyword in a keywords field, but otherwise the right answer and the proper accurate way to do it would be just go to the search, the advanced search. Let's see. The thing will be just go to the advanced search, and from there, advanced search, I'm going to add keyword, I'm going to do a search index down. I'm going to type lung cancer, and then I'm going to add another field, chemical entities, chemical name, and try to so that will be the way to do it, to just go and try to look for a field in the advanced search, like funding. Of course, you can just limit here for funding, and for it depends if there are keywords, maybe you can just go keywords like this, but not always. So it's better to go, oops. So it's better to go there. Again, the civil topic prominence, keywords, and in this case, it has the medical terms and chemicals. So it depends on the item, on the document. You will have more or less author keywords and index keywords of chemicals. So I'm going to just see if you have any questions. If I have any questions in the chat. Can you hear me right? The country limit referred to the author. There's Mary Eugenia asking me this question. LHC, it means like Large Hadron Collider. No questions. So if you do not have any don't have any questions, I don't know if you would like me to explain another thing. I don't know, Gustavo, I think I sent you in the chat what it stands for, LHC. I don't know if you get it. Okay, then yes, Viviana asked where you can find help. I forgot to say that, so thanks for reminding me to explain this. So you can just, from any of the pages, you have this icon there, here. Then here you can just find information about the operators and then field codes, wheel cards, brackets. So it's you can just go here and search how to operate with the database. And you can also, you can also go to, let's see, if you are in another part of the database. So here they say, okay, that's the title, how you need to search for on this information. So you can find this contextual helps anytime in Scopus. So I don't know, let's see. Okay, then, if there are no more questions, thank you for being here, and I hope that you have learned something new, or that you. I'm glad that you don't have any doubts about the product, and thank you. Have a nice day.